It looks like I'm the only Golden State Warriors fan on this platform that still believes even a bit in Brandon Pajemski, and I have a running theory as to why I feel like maybe it's not all Brandon's fault that the fans are a little bit upset with him, whether it's the extremely streaky shooting or sometimes lacking a bit on defense and whatever. I have a theory that it's really not about him. For whatever reason, I've seen a lot of Warriors fans in the past say that, why isn't Brandon Pajemski more like Jordan Poole? We need more of that kind of scorer. If you watched Brandon Pajemski play, you knew from day one, from the outset, that he isn't Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is not who he's meant to be by any stretch of the imagination. Brandon Pajemski does all the little things, the things that Jordan Poole struggled at. That's where Brandon Pajemski excels. And if Podz is able to get it together for long stretches, he is a pretty decent shooter and a very overall crafty offensive player. But I think the problem that lies with fans is that he's not the most consistent scorer, and the reason why fans are directing this kind of hate towards him for not getting his scoring prowess up is that the Warriors, they have kind of thrown him into a role that he's not meant for, that doesn't necessarily suit him. Because the Warriors, what their front office has not done with this team, they have still not addressed their problems with one-on-one offensive creation outside of Steph, or whenever he hits the bench. We saw towards the tail end of their playoff run against the Timberwolves last year that when Steph is out, there's no offensive continuity whatsoever outside of Jimmy Butler getting his way to the foul line, or Jonathan Kuminga, kind of doing the same thing, kind of imposing his will and sort of driving kick actions that lead to somewhat open threes for the Moody's, the Pajemskis, the Hields of the world. But other than that, off the dribble, there are no offensive threats whatsoever and actual crafty scorers that the Warriors can go to. That's why I was such a big proponent of a potential Malik Monk trade when the Kuminga trade rumors were starting to go crazy. Get a guy that can score when you need him to. In the most desperate of situations, when there's nobody else on the floor that is capable of beating their guy off the dribble and actually threatening the defense, get a guy like Malik Monk. And I feel like Warriors fans are trying to throw Podz into that kind of role and try to make that who he is. But it's just not who he is and who he's ever going to be, regardless of how well he progresses. Maybe he won't get to the all-star levels that Joe Lacob thought that he would, but still, it's just not who he's meant to be. And in no way, I'm not trying to excuse bad Brandon Pajemski play or inefficient Brandon Pajemski play, especially over the last couple of recent games for the Warriors. He should be an efficient scorer if he wants to be able to help this team win. But I feel like we're focusing way too much on the offensive end, and the actual impact that he brings, not just on the defensive end for somebody of his stature, but his rebounding, his ability to push the pace. He has an amazing motor. He just never stops moving. He's gritty. He's scrappy. He's the kind of guy that you want on a contending team, flat out. And we haven't even gotten to the fact that he led the